Welcome back, everybody. All right, so I've gone ahead and I've changed a couple of items here. So I've changed the first circle Y to 130. It changed the first ellipse to the Y to 100, and I've copied and pasted that. Changed the circle X to 200 and the circle Y to 100. Okay, so in this tutorial, we're going to create a polygon, and we need to do this within the SVG tag. And what we're going to do is I'm going to type in polygon because we need to tell it what kind to draw. And then what we do is we can add as many points as we want. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to points equals, and then these come in sets of 2s. And I really wish they did this a little bit differently because it's really confusing. All I'm going to do is I'm going to add in 6 sets of numbers, okay? And what this is it's going to be the X and Y for each point. Now, I really wish they did it in brackets, but that's okay. So the first things first is we want it kind of somewhere down here. So let's just say the circle X is going to be 100, and then the second one, it has to be more than 100, so let's just say 200 for now. So that's the first point. The second point here, we'll make 200 as the X, and then 200 for the Y. And then the third point, we'll do something in between that, so the X will be 150, and then the Y will be 250, something like that, okay? And that's actually kind of cool, just playing around with this. And by the way, when you get into stuff like this, you do start playing around with it quite a bit. So I'm just going to show you what happens if I take this and put it up at 70 here. You see it moves over to the right there. So, because that's the first point of the X, and the second one here is, let's say if we give this, instead of 200, let's say 150. That's too high, so maybe like 180. There we go. So if we change all these to 180, and the last one, that one we can make like 200. There we go. So we got some kind of little face there, and it's pretty simple. Outside of these quotes, however, is we have to go ahead, and if we want to put style equals, and then 2 quotes in there, and we're going to go to fill because that's just what we need to do to fill the color. And what we'll do is we'll say the fill will be yellow, just like that. And let's give this a stroke as well. And what we'll do is we'll go stroke, okay, and then we'll give it a black stroke like that here. Now the other thing that you need to do is you need to put a semicolon, just like that, and there you can go. And if you really want to, you can go ahead and go stroke width, just like this, and we'll give it a stroke of 2, okay? Semicolon, there we go. And so there we go. You can see we have a scalable vector graphic. It's not the best scalable vector graphic in the world, but there we go. Now, if you wanted to, watch what happens if I go ahead and I add in another set of coordinates. Let's just say 300, 300, right? It adds in that third one here, and that's a little bit too much. Let's say 200, 200, okay? You can see that it works like that, and then if we go 250, 250, you can see it adds in more. And you can add in as many complicated shapes as you want with this, okay? I'll see you guys in the next tutorial.